Hey y'all, and welcome to the 14th entry of this series. We're gonna go to Skipper Pavilion as promised. I have it written down as Mud Skipper Tower because that's how far back I wrote this for. Anyway, the obvious gimmick with this stage is that it's reflective. And the one thing I noticed immediately is that Team B is on the right side this time, so they're clearly, so of course, obviously people have mentioned that you can right side peek, and so that gives an advantage. Inherently Team A already have the advantage because of the way the ties work. It hasn't changed from Splatoon 1 at all. It's still exactly the same. So now Team A have even more of an advantage. Thanks! Thanks, Splatoon developers. Yeah, we totally needed that. But yeah, as you can see, it's not salt spray because this middle area here that I'm showing off here, this middle area is way too large to be salt spray. Salt spray had a very tiny, narrow bunch of hallways in its middle. It's just you can only make a reflective stage in so many ways. Anyway, since we just spent half of that talking about not what is actually in the level, let's go back out and in and see what it's all about. Because there's a lot of objects in this place. So, why? Here is obviously a bunker. I can see a lot of them, actually. This is obviously 01. Here's a general box, no paint. I can see another one down there, but that one's a singular. Can you see both? It's obviously placed on the corner here. And this one is placed like... This one's placed like, whoa. Not on the edge of something, but pretty close. There's a couple of objects to look out for. There's two. This stage's internal land, by the way, is mirror. They're not hiding the fact that this is reflective at all. In fact, they're directly promoting it. So if we come up here, there's a general box here. Okay, so is this the bottom? Yeah, this looks like the bottom, I think. Yeah, this looks like the bottom. Very awkward orientation, personally, because this way used to be like the way to the top, but whatever. There's two objects that you should be concerned with this level. Mirror Haze D, OBJ Mirror Haze D, and OBJ Mirror Vinny set. These are obviously sponges. Use them at their full size. Yeah, here are both of them. Here's this one. Use the sticker here, I guess, for positioning, and same here. This one seems to be going through this one a bit. Here there seem to be two Bumpka 02s placed literally right next to each other, as obvious. I think I can start to get the general layout of this place now. Yeah, let's not live out the rest of the countdown and let's continue. The stage seems to look down in comparison to, like, Salt Spray, which didn't exactly have a particular... There was a top and a bottom, and that was it, mainly. So here, another Bumpka 01, and then there's another one here. Along with sponge. They had a really good time placing objects here, didn't they? Oh yeah, that's one from up there. Okay. Okay, what about over here? Another general box, no paint. Just a singular one placed on the corner. They have a really vested interest for these things. These might be one of those objects, because it doesn't look like something they would just put in the stage. Maybe the Vinny set ones? It's obviously meant to be vinyl, but they misspelt it, so I'm just calling it what it is. Oh yeah, these are obviously mirrored. It splits down here. So really only matter about like these ones, and then you copy or over there. And people originally thought this was going to be a theater, quote unquote. It's not. Okay, yeah, I think that's about it. Bump car, sponges as mentioned, these bumpers up here, a lot of general box no paints, mostly placed on corners or edges leading down through this area, more bumpers, and these blocks here that may or may not belong to a separate object group because of the fact they are shaped almost exactly like the general box no paints, and you can't paint them, but they've got a separate texture. So they possibly are separate objects as well. Maybe. No, I have not opened the other objects of this place, but it could very much be possible. So let's go in and check for some things. There could be things in the background I'm missing too, although there's really not much to speak of in the background. Yeah, the initial mirror B-Frez would likely have a bunch of objects related to flags or moving things. There's also an object called Jerry's Shrine, which was added, which very, very obviously would mean there's a jellyfish that specifically has a model specific to this place. Maybe it's that boat we just saw that's behind the rock now, I think. Oh no, they're there. Yeah, I think those are them there, because they're wearing specific hats. The boat would likely be part of the, actual maps B-Frez. I don't see it being a part of them, specifically. Of course, I'm doing all this blind. This is literally the first day it got released, so no one's gonna know it yet. It's very big. I can't even traverse the entirety of it in one sitting because of the way it's laid out. Yeah, there appear to be like 3 sponges. There's also an actual general box here, which, you know, matches up with some of the ones we found in like, Albacore Hotel and some other places. Gobi Arena, I remember, had something like that. Which is funny, it's also in the rotation now. this be separate? Maybe? I don't see why it would, but... Anyway, there's only Haze D, Jerry's Shrine, which is the jellyfish over there, and, Vinny Set. I'm assuming Vinny Set is like this. These boxes here, this, and this mirrored because, well, it's kind of obvious that they are meant to be the same from just a distance. And remember what I said about Inkblot Art Academy, that apparently in one of the patch notes they said for one of the earlier maps they wanted to contextualize some of the general looking props. So, I don't know why they didn't do that for all of the general box no paints, considering they had, you know, that set down there, but... it's because of this that there could be more that you're not really seeing. Hi Rage, you get to cameo on my video. I'll join Salmon Run in a moment. Yeah, otherwise, I have no idea what haze is. I'll probably correct myself later on. No, not dynamic, therefore they'll be just there. Don't expect any of the others to be different. Doesn't even... Wait. Nope, doesn't even move. That was just a mind fart. Yeah, I don't see what Haze D could be. I'll probably correct myself in editing. But yeah, that seems to be Skipper Pavilion. Just this long stretch of mostly general boxes and bumpers and sponges. No real specific props, except maybe over there with those boxes, but nothing like an actual unique prop that isn't just a box. I mean, look at this, and then go over here, and look at this. Literally no difference. What? I mean, okay, there might be some polygonal difference, but the idea is the same. They're both literally almost identically sized boxes with the ability to not be painted, and they're just colored differently with some different textures and stuff. Clearly meant to be used in the actual game as walls and such, but, you know, they made specific ones over there, but not for the rest of the place, so that's gotta mean something, right? Let's go in and see if we can find any minor things that, again, since it's very large, I wouldn't be surprised if you can't exactly access the other teams' spawn. I mean, the other one was like, Salt Spray was like that too. There's going to be a lot of comparisons made to Salt Spray. And yes, there is a top, well, there is a top and there is a bottom. It's kind of flipped the wrong way around in here, but like, this is the top and this is the bottom. And yeah, the middle here, here, I'm talking, much too flat and blocky, and then a ramp, there's like a ramp here, one ramp, that's not in Salt Spray. Like, I'm pretty sure someone has made a walkie-through video of Salt Spray, like even showing the differences or something, I don't know. But someone would have made one, and the geography is only loosely the same. It's not. It's as loose as the comparisons between Humpback Pump Track and Blackbird Skate Park. Yes, they both have wavy geometry. Their layouts and how they play are not the same. And like, I'm not talking what their actual locations are based on. I'm talking like actual geometry on the ground. Did I talk about this bunker? Well, hopefully if I didn't, you'll have, you know, pause or something to notice it. Yeah, not much to really say. Whatever Haze D is, I'll correct myself in later. And whatever Vinny set is, if it's not these boxes here. But yeah. Considering we have access to the ranked map, let me see if we can show off the differences in why I didn't exactly do it for the rest. And we'll see if these boxes actually persist there. If they don't, then they are separate. I won't exactly point out specifics because that's for your own to care. What is it? Clam Blitz. Okay. Oh. Okay, never mind, we can do this anyway. It's Rainmaker. I was like, what? How is it not in the ranked rotation? That's weird. Anyway, we'll see if these boxes persist even down here. Whoa. Not even the boxes from here. That means that whole box set was separate. There's no other way they could move it otherwise. I don't play Rainmaker much, but let's see. Any other like major difference? Ooh. Could this maybe be Haze D? I don't remember seeing. Do you remember seeing that? This is exactly what I mean why I didn't do it for all the other ones, because oh my god, the massive differences between the whole place is just insane. If those pathways weren't there before, then they may be Haze D. And Vinny set may be these boxes that were just here but were removed. Because let's go back to the turf war map. I'm not going to wait the whole 5 minutes. Because these were the only objects that were in direct relation to... Yeah, they're not here. Okay, that might be Haze D. And here we go. This whole box, apparently. I'm going to turf the whole thing, except the boxes you can't even touch. This box here is entirely separate, this whole thing. This whole box here, including its little associates, are separate. Because there's no way it can be moved in ranked otherwise. It's exactly the same as Inkblot Art Academy in that sense, in that there's a specific prop that they can't really remove, per se, by having it in the same bfres as the, because it'd take too much work, I think, or, like, it's too far in. It's like putting it, it's like making it a permanent addition instead of temporary. This is like technically temporary for turf war only, whereas something like, well, even just this floor here, this little dirt sand patch, is permanent because it's in every version of the map instead of this block I literally just inked. Not dynamic. There could be a storm here and these plants would stay still. But yeah, Vinny set and, or actually, it could be the other way around. These could be Haze D, because the other ones had a special kind of texture on them that reminds one of vinyl, what they refer to as vinyl in this game, which is a, you know, the kind of stuff we were walking on. They use that in reference to even Maruna's Bay, the stuff on the sides of the ship. So maybe the pathway was Vinny's set, and this is Haze D. This is OBJ Haze D. I could be right. This is what you have to go through when you are the one that goes through the files and such. Anyway, no other details seem to be present. Even the background is fairly minimal, but nice. Anyway, that's it, and that really will be it, because apparently it's supposed to be the last new stage, so I'm basically done! And no, I'm not going to do the old stages. I've already explained why, so see you in another video, I guess, whenever I make another one.